Dum da dum 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 dum.
Hello guys, welcome to our second season of Dungeons and Dimwitts. I'm your Dimwit master, Kenny, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend.
Hey everyone, I am Tony. I'm the guy who pushes all the buttons. I also play the drunken monk, Shamgar, and I am joined with...
Hey guys, I am Ian, and I guess for now, play the half-orc paladin Caesar. And we are joined with our special guest.
Hey guys, I'm Mike. I'll be playing the druid Tosh.
Tosh. Is that your name, or
Do you by
It's
chance?
short for Tosh Real in Realar. Tosh.
Do you by chance have a show?
No,
And you able to point out in front of your
but I
name?
am open to suggestions.
Sehr gut.
Yes, Trosserell and we all are.
okay? Yeah. So,
So, let's go around the table. I'm the DM, so I'm going to be running the Ghost of Salt Marsh campaign. I'll be taking liberties here and there.
can you do me a quick favor and check your mic? Your levels aren't changing. Is it on?
Can you not hear me? Have I been shadow banned?
No,
I feel like that'd be a very interesting, like, heavy metal
of course,
synth
this
song
is happening
shadow
today.
band.
Hmm.
I feel like you could have some fun with that.
There's a band called Shadowfax,
yeah, I can't hear
And
you.
a horse.
You're not coming
A rather
forward
important
with the
one.
thing.
which is where the band got their name.
I don't know.
I believe that.
Let's try this.
I watched a each part, like an hour and a half documentary on Christopher Lee.
Hmm.
Did you know the man was releasing
That
metal albums
is
in his late 90s?
Weird.
That's epic.
Yes,
No.
he was.
Here, let me try.
Not slightly better?
This is I hate this. I hate this so much.
What?
Okay, let's take that off. And let's. I am so sorry to the audience. This literally just worked in the sound check.
On and volume is up.
Can we hear you better now? Is it working better?
I'm working on it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dead Air.
The musical.
I bet you anything if we did a full production of that, there'd be at least one pretentious critic who'd find it artful and insightful and give it reviews. Can you mute your mic really quick?
Muting.
Is it muted?
Yes, it's muted.
Properties. Okay, unmute your mic.
Unmuting my mic.
Try saying something one more time.
Try saying something one more time.
Okay. And it's still not reading your voice for some reason. pulled the mic out.
I did pull the mic out.
You did. This literally just fell out in my hand.
But I tried pulling on it earlier. It did not.
It must have been something you just did right then and there. Do you see any changes?
There's a delay. It'll take a second.
Are you hearing me?
Okay.
Is my thing changing at all?
It was. Are you muted?
Is there anything different?
You're good. It was that. Your mic wasn't connected all the way to your headset.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we figured that problem out.
Were we live streaming the whole time your laptop was dead?
Yeah.
Oh, how'd that happen?
Because I got it started back up just before YouTube ended it. If I work quick enough, I can get it to where it's like not really interrupted. That
I do want to look at.
See, Mike, this is why I hate it. When one thing goes wrong, it just mountains into something every time. Okay, Kenny. Hey, since we're like now a half an hour late, do you want to do the recap for our audience?
Yeah. So last time we were hanging out together as a group of adventurers, we were taking on the Hag, and we finally defeated an enemy that was so powerful that it ended up taking you guys to a whole different reality, so to speak. As far as you guys are aware, this is not home anymore. But we'll get into that momentarily. First of all, what I want to do before we begin our jump into Saltmarsh as we reality warp into a whole different world, go ahead one by one, starting with Tony. Remind us who you are as characters and what you're all about.
Okay, I am Shamgar. Shamgar was a far traveler. He was out on kind of a pilgrimage to take a sacred ring from his monastery down to wherever the spirits guided him, and then he wound up bringing it back to the monastery. He is traditionally a very happy guy. He's not one to seek out a fight, but he's really good in one. Likes his alcohol. Can play the drums. And yeah, he's a Way of the Long Death monk, which means that I'm from a monastery that both perfects ways of killing and not being killed. And that's me. That's Shamgar. 350 athletic build. Yeah, 350 pounds athletic build, 5'7". So I just want that on record because everyone, for some reason, seems to think that my guy is just a fat slob.
I mean, if the shoe fits, or I guess in
It
this
does.
case,
They're custom
if the
made.
monastic sandal fits.
They're custom made, okay, to fit a 350-pound athletic build.
Don't monks take a vow of poverty? Custom-made shoes feel a little excessive.
No.
So, no vows of sobriety, no vows of chastity, and no vows of poverty. What exactly are you sacrificing being a monk?
I mean, I didn't say I was rich. I just said I had custom-made sandals. All right. How about you, Caesar? Why don't you tell us about you?
So, Caesar was a Oath of Conquest paladin, a half-orc. He belonged to a militaristic order, but he was kind of out doing his own thing for a while. It wasn't really explained why he wasn't joined with the rest of his group, but he was out doing his own thing. And he loves to fight, and he's not terrible at it. That was basically his whole thing. He traveled with our companions from one place to another, just looking for good fights and feeling the thrill of conquest, as was his oath.
Cool. All right, and I'm going to discuss. We got one person, if you noticed, that is not with us today. That is Taylor.
Wouldn't it be two people
So,
technically?
Bellatrix de la Cruz is not here. She'll be joining us at another time. Unfortunately, cannot be here. But she is playing a Hexblade Warlock. And her character has, her pact is with the Baba Yaga, who is currently imprisoned inside her mind. And that is why she has her magical powers as a warlock. I don't know what you would say about her character. It's schizophrenic. It's not really predictable. So, and then we have a brand new character that's joining us this campaign, but I would encourage the audience, along with our players, to listen along and figure out who this person is as we continue our day together. So, starting off, you guys, bright light is the last thing you remember. As the light fades away, you begin to feel a sinking feeling. You're not sure what's going on. The floor, as you remember, is fading away. The brightness stopping you from being able to see most everything around you. But this sinking feeling in your body as you feel nothing touching you anymore. Most of the armor you had, the weapons you carried, is just all disappearing. The floor, most shockingly, is disappearing from underneath your feet.
Shamgar? Do you feel that?
And then the sinking feeling is now a falling feeling.
Oh my god!
Even though you can't perceive the area around you, you can feel yourself falling.
Caesar!
I hate this!
Caesar!
What?
Your voices begin to echo as they slip away from each other.
Caesar!
Although you don't feel yourself drifting apart, it's harder and harder to hear one another.
Shamgar!
Then we're going to slip over to Shamgar. Shamgar, you slammed into what would be the ground. Just a dirt, leaf-covered ground. As your eyes begin to focus again as what's around you, you see trees everywhere. You are in a thick, forested area. Leaves pile the ground all around. The ground is hardly flat due to the turbulent incursion of different roots coming off of trees. So it's very hilly.
All these trees around. And
Yes.
I landed in the one opening.
You notice as you take a look about yourself that a lot of the stuff that you previously had with you is no longer there.
Where's my...
You had your monk clothes, and that's it.
My gloves? My brush?
Gone.
Nibby's canteen.
Unfortunately, a memory.
Shamgar is sad now.
We're going to slip on over to Caesar. Caesar, in a more comical fashion, as you begin to fall, sploosh! And there's nothing but water all around you. Panic sets in, as the only thing that you can think about is up. I gotta go up.
I start clawing my way towards the surface.
All right, you breach the surface of the water, assumingly gasping for air.
What in the Sam hell?
The only thing you feel at this point as your eyes begin to focus again is that this water is moving, and you are going down and down and down.
I start paddling against the current as best I can.
You start paddling against the current. All right, your eyes. There's sea foam and spray coming against your face, and you're not sure what's going on as you're paddling against the current. 10 damage. No, I'm kidding. It's becoming more and more difficult for you to breathe as the spray of water from the rapids splashes against your face, going against the current.
I stop paddling and kind of go still and let it turn me around to see if I can like, clear my eyes, get a breath, and see what's going on.
You succumb to the flow of the current, and you find yourself coming down what looks to be kind of like a river.
Is this like a lazy river, or am I breaking my ribs on rocks, being smashed against them?
Soon.
Yours.
Soon, if you don't do anything, it's going to turn into something like that.
Is there a bank near me?
Yeah, for where you are right now, it's actually pretty narrow.
I'm going to try and get out of the water.
To your left or right. All right. So, I'm going to say you go to, assumingly if you're facing down, since you turned around, you're facing down the stream.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to climb out to your left, come up on the bank, spitting out as much of the water as you possibly can from your lungs. We're going to flip back on over to Shamgar here. Shamgar, you steady yourself up against a tree, assumingly hand against it, trying to get your legs back underneath you. It feels particularly cold right now. A type of cold that you haven't experienced in the previous world. And you smell salt in the air.
I must have hit that ground hard.
And then you hear from behind you.
I turn around really quick.
Behind you, there is this massive toad. And not only is this massive toad there, but it's accompanied by what appears to be a halfling riding on top of it.
So how big of a toad are we talking?
Well, we're talking toad big enough for a halfling to ride. Think the size of this table.
Hi. Hi. Hi, how are you?
Howdy, stranger. What are you? You're not from around here, are you?
No, I just dropped in.
I see. Or maybe I don't. Say, you're not here for some malicious means, are you?
No.
Well, good enough for me.
All right.
So, where are you from then?
I'm from the hills. A monastery.
Oh, I didn't know. Do we have any of those around here? I don't think we do. Wait, like, where?
Where am I?
You? Well, right now, specifically, you're in the Sea Grove of Obadiah.
Do I know what that is?
Like, out of character? Do you know what that is?
Like, no. Okay.
Are you saying that as a character?
I'm asking, like, as a character, would I know?
He's asking out of
Are you
character
asking
if his
the
character
DM, or
would
are you
know.
asking
I'm
this
asking
guy?
the DM
Okay.
if Shamgar would know. Okay.
No, you haven't a clue
All right.
what the Sea Grove of Obadiah is.
Okay. Let's pretend I know where this is. Let's pretend I know where.
How did you get here?
Well, it's a long story.
I've got nothing but time.
Okay. You see, I was walking.
And we're going to go over to Caesar.
So I am just currently on my hands and knees just retching up salt waters. This is why I joined the army part, not the navy. I effing hate salt water.
You wipe your mouth, focus your vision to what's directly in front of you. Up the hill is a forest line. Thick, tall trees right in front of you.
Ah,
And
bully.
besides the fact that you are inundated by what feels like seawater, maybe? you got this pungent smell of trees and forest life, tall redwood bark, things that you haven't quite experienced for some time, especially in the previous world.
Well, this is
Go ahead and
new.
give me a perception check. And go ahead and use what you have available to you right now.
Copy. Uh, 15.
As you try to quiet your heart rhythm so that you can take in the surroundings, you begin to hear conversation coming from in front of you. It's deep, you're not quite sure. It could be some animals, but you think there's intelligent conversation right in front of you.
Do I have any weapons on me whatsoever, even a dagger?
Nope.
Well, I'm a 6'10" half orc. I got my fists. That'll do. I haul myself to my feet and start slowly and trying to be somewhat quiet, make my way towards the conversation.
You trying to be quiet?
I am.
Give me a stealth roll. Tony, on your character sheet, what is your passive perception?
13.
11.
All right. Unfortunately, you did not pass. So we're going to flip back over to Shamgar. Shamgar, as you're talking with this individual about who you are and where you've come from, you begin to hear rustling in the trees just to your right. Sounds like something big, burly, possibly wet.
Big, burly, possibly wet.
Run, it's your ex-wife.
So, you know what? I spin around and kick.
You just spin around and kick? All right, so you do just this spinny kick, and the first thing is this halfling on a toad, like, is that how you say hi? By chance? Like, I don't know. And then he's looking off into the direction of, like, the squishy sound. And from what he could gather, like, there's this large silhouette figure kind of within the trees.
I thought he was closer.
He just roundhouse kicks the air.
I'm sorry, the way that you said it made me think like he was coming like around a tree. And I was like ready to just like,
Is there something else you would like to do? Other than roundhouse kick?
Yeah, let's not make my guy look like a redact.
It's a short enough bus for him.
Instead, I just get quiet for a second and say, get down. And then hide against the tree and kind of peek around.
All right. The halfling sitting on the gargantuan toad is going to not hide. As he just looks over and like, who goes there? As he's
What are
talking
you doing?
to you, Caesar.
I'm gonna ask you first that, pal. Is that a giant toad?
Well, yes, your keen sense of sight has deduced correctly that this is, in fact, a gargantuan toad. Hey, and then he turns his attention to you, like blatantly ignoring the fact that you're hiding. I never did introduce myself. I'm sorry. My name is Farron Castellar.
Shut up.
So, what brings you guys to the Sea Grove of Obadhai?
Who's that? Who's that other person in there?
Oh, you know what? I never really did. What was you said? It was Shammy.
Shamgar?
Shammy? Did you know
Pick-
the Shammy?
Poke my head around. Quasar?
You know that's not how you say it.
Ah, it's Caesar!
Oh, so you guys do know each other.
I tromp through
before
the
he gets
trees.
here, is he here for malicious reasons?
I'm sorry, what?
Is he here for malicious reasons?
You know, it's about 50-50.
Oh, well, I don't know if I care for that answer.
I get
He
it.
hasn't hurt anyone who didn't deserve it.
Who's deciding who deserves it?
If
He
they're-
sees you come through the thicket and you're a half orc. Oh, you're a rare sight.
I mean you no harm.
Says literally everyone that came to mean harm.
I'm unarmed.
He's only hurt people who's tried to kill other people.
That he is right on that. I don't like people who hurt other people.
Well,
And donkeys.
were
Very
you just
protective of
swimming
donkeys.
in the river?
Not willingly.
Not willingly.
I kind of got half waterboarded by impact.
Fall.
You?
Fall.
I think maybe
We
this
really need
isn't
to work on our
the
landings.
place for
Yeah.
you guys. Perhaps we should send you to in town. Get you nice and dry there. You look like perhaps you're gonna shake the folks there. I know. I'll send you with someone I trust dearly. They'll make sure that you get where you need to go, and we'll explain in part who you are to the townsfolk, so that you have some sort of good grace with them. Yeah, understand that folks like you are typically attack on sight, coming out this way.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm a paladin sworn to a holy oath and don't hurt innocents.
What's your holy oath?
Conquest of evil.
Interesting. This is my my gargantuan bullfrog, Lori.
Glory?
Lori.
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 Well, Matt.
Hi, Lori.
And again, I am Farron Castellar.
Farron, I have one question for you. Where do you find flies big enough to feed that thing?
That is actually a really good
I
question.
feed him more than flies.
Do you mean malicious purposes?
You look mighty yummy there. No, I jest. No. See, I am the Archdruid of the Seagrove of Obadiah. And my responsibility is to warn the folk of any sort of aberrations that may escape from the Dreadwood and come to its defense.
Aberrations. You mean ghosts?
I think aberration's more of a blanket term there, bud. I feel like there's more than ghosts.
I've seen things I can't explain, and I've explained things that I have no idea what I was talking about.
That sounds like the intro to a bard song.
Oh, I did. Hi. I'm finding an answer here in a second. So, I'm going to go ahead and contact a friend of mine to come get you two, to bring you into the nearby town of Saltmarsh. Does that sound like a good idea?
We have...
Get you dry and acquainted with where you are, and admittedly this funky, weird thing that you guys have just been through.
Man, I tell you what, it's been a rough couple of days. You remember that cleric?
Yes.
Man, remember how hard I hit that chick?
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yes.
All right.
How hard I couldn't hit that chick?
You tried,
Farron's
buddy.
going to use a sending spell, and he's going to send it directly to your character, Mike. It's going to be something within the wheelhouse of I've got some guests that have wandered into the Seagrove, and if you could, please and thank you, lead them into town so that they could get some rest and recovery.
On my way.
Awesome. All right. Well, while we're waiting for this individual to show up, perhaps I walk you to the edge of the Seagrove.
We follow. making friendly conversation.
Heading south down out of what is item number 29. Again, I wish I had a red light so I could just highlight it on there.
That big patch of trees.
Oh, hey! Oh, never mind. Right here.
Sweet.
So you guys are currently heading down this way. And this Kingfisher River is exactly what you just plunged into and came out of.
Noble Druid, question for you.
Oh, noble. Oh, thank you. Kindly. He sits there, biting his gigantic toad.
I forgot to change the picture.
You don't by chance have an apple or something laying around I could nibble on?
An apple?
Or something of the like.
I tell you what I could do. Just for us, because, you know, I like doing this. He holds his hands out, clasps them together. He opens it out, and there's a pile of berries in his hand. Have you ever had a good berry?
I don't, but they sound good.
Huh, I'll tell you what, they are. He grabs one and flicks it into his mouth. Whew. You know how many times I missed before I learned how to do that? Here you go. Try one.
Okay.
Huh. Don't worry. Here. Have one yourself.
Thank
Caesar,
you.
Is it? Yes. And Shamgar, please, eat up. Throws another one in.
Nibbles.
That would make the most delicious preserve.
Well, it's a special thing that I can do. You won't go hungry for the rest of the day.
Can you make it into wine? I like the way you're looking.
Perhaps I'll find you later.
Thank
Takes
you.
the rest of his handful and puts it into a pouch on his side.
You know,
Oh, here we are. We're at the edge of the sea grove here. There's my friend right there. He's coming along. Caesar and Shamgar, this is my good friend Tosh. He likes to be called. Tosh, this is Caesar and Shamgar.
Hello.
My friend here, Tosh, he's going to take you to one of our taverns here in town to see that you guys can get washed up as best as possible.
thank you for your assistance, sir.
Don't worry about getting this guy washed up. He's had enough.
So, and then he's going to go through another bag and he pulls out 6 gold coins. And now, don't spend it all in one place. Hands it to you, Shamgar.
Yeah. So,
We are indebted to you in your service.
I'm here to protect the people, regardless of what they may think of what I do. I've been told many things about what the Sea Grove does. We've been called weirdos from time to time. We've been called, this one's a little bit weird. I don't know what it refers to, but the Men in Black or something like that. But I've also just want you guys to think that I'm here to help protect you against the striking evils of the Dreadwood. But enough of that. Let's get on out of here, all right?
okay.
Just remember, have fun. His toad kind of wobbles around. Disappears off into the...
Farron's weird.
Still the nicest guy we've bumped into in the past 3 weeks.
He's the nicest guy we bumped into since I met you.
The Leonids are pretty nice.
They threatened to kill us.
Everyone does that.
All right, let's say the Wicker Goat, which is number 3. So we got some distance to travel. But that means that we have plenty of time to explain some odds and ends about Salt Marsh. So brace yourself. To those of you that take notes, brace your notepads and whatnot. We've got certain things that must be discussed via proxy mic. And that is the following. First of all, obviously, it's called Salt Marsh. This is the region that you've landed in, the quiet little fishing village.
Where?
Tosh, that you just met. 7 feet 2 inches tall.
Not often I have to look up to people.
He is athletically built, covered with excessive amount of hair. Obviously dressed as a woodsman.
This is the wind.
Has several scars of years gone by. And think of Bjorn in The Hobbit.
Got you.
Yeah. Rugged, gruff, lumberjack. Looks like he should be on the cover of Paper Towels.
So tell me, where on the Sword Coast is Salt Marsh located?
The Sword Coast.
I don't know any Sword Coast. This is the Azure Sea. And this is the Kingfisher River that we'll be crossing once we get down to the bridge.
I am familiar with that.
I don't know about any Sword Coast. These are the Kia lands.
Well, that's farther than I've gone from home before.
I have no idea where we are.
Yeah, same.
So you've never heard of Sword Coast?
No. I'm pretty familiar with those lands above it.
Fire Step Mountains, Silver Marches.
No.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna punch me a cleric.
We can't. I killed her, remember?
I'm gonna find a scroll of like true resurrection. And
Do you
then
know how hard it
punch.
was to kill her? We're not bringing her
I'm
back.
gonna-
She's evil.
I'm gonna hit her so much.
All right. So by this time, you guys made it down the winding path up to what is marked as spot number 13. Let me tell you a little bit about it. This is the snapping line. And of course, I want you to think about this as if Tosh is explaining this to you. This is a popular inn and tavern, but we're going to skip this one for now, mostly because with present company, the town folks are pretty apprehensive about having folks that aren't exactly human or human-esque in their midst, and there might be quite the uproar.
You said snapping line?
The snapping line, yes.
Okay.
It is a
Lived
popular
here-
tavern.
I've lived here for about 3-ish years now, and they're just now starting to accept me. So I'd be careful where you go.
Yeah, most people aren't super fond of green skin. That's why I like wearing heavy plate armor. Hard to judge what you can't see.
Its decor is predictably nautical in theme, and its sleeping rooms are plain but comfortable renditions of the ship's cabins. The smell of fish has never been scrubbed from its walls, and those who stay the night find their belongings steeped in the scent, which lasts for several days. Sailors and fishers gather here to trade stories and drink into the night. The snapping line is run by a young woman named Hannah Rist. She is a young female human who comes from a family of well-known lobster catchers. The Rist family also makes a spirit from lobster meat and potatoes called claw wine, and it is, to put mildly, an acquired taste. Hannah employs several former dockhands to keep peace in her bar, and she might be willing to look for others to do the same. We wander down now past the 13th spot to this large, heavy-lined stone bridge. And the first thing that comes to your mind as you see this bridge is that not only is it large stone structure, but people have added on buildings to the sides of it. And to put it mildly, precariously. They look like someone tried to build a dock jettisoning out from the side of this bridge, and maybe one good wave or one mighty wind could bring everything crashing down.
Not to speak ill of your home, but that doesn't look very structurally sound.
Yeah, I've discussed that with some others, but it is what it is.
This is specifically the Shark Fin Bridge. This single large bridge spans the river with shops and homes along its length. The bridge predates the village and is large enough for laden cars to pass two abreast. And from some specific research that Tosh has done over his few years here, he's discovered that elves and certain fae folk feel vaguely nauseated when they cross the bridge. And he thinks perhaps it's something to do with an ancient curse that was put here.
Shark what bridge?
Shark Fin Bridge.
Shark fin.
There don't happen to be any trolls under this bridge, right? Yeah, I lost a hammer to one time. Wasn't happy about that.
All right. If that's how you want to tell that story, then so be it.
That's what happened.
Well, all right. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I mean, that's not how that happened.
That's what happened.
Just
Anyways, continue with the tour, good sir.
So you guys
make sure we don't go to anywhere where he has to throw things.
Right this way, we head north now.
So as you head north, you're going to come across what is posted as number 2 on the board there. So number 2 specifically is just the barracks and jail. Now, obviously, to incentivize you to be good law-abiding folk, you don't want to wind up there for any particular reason. This is where we keep most of the guards sleep, and it's also where we keep all the ne'er-do-wells that need to stay the night. But if you find yourself on the wrong side of the law in such a significant portion that you need to have major punishment, we'll send you to our capital on this side of the region called Seaton, and that is way east along the coast.
Well, we tend to try and behave.
I would hope so. Not to speak for anyone saying that. Anyways, but if we take a sharp left at 2, we'll arrive at where it is that we're trying to get to, and that is the Wicker Goat. So, the Wicker Goat, bearing the dubious honor of being the oldest tavern in town, the Wicker Goat is owned by Lankus Currid. Lankus Kurrid.
LAN
KUS KURRID.
That is certainly a name.
And he is a retired guard.
Lankus Currid.
He is a human male retired guard. Specifically, a retired officer of the Kiowish Army who caters to the dwarven miners and town guards specifically.
You said retired.
Officer of the Kiowish Army. And Kiowish is Keoish. This country that you found yourselves in is Keoland.
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 Fair enough.
This 2-story building has sleeping quarters for rent on the upper floor, usually sufficient to accommodate the slow stream of travelers making their way through Salt Marsh on the way to usually somewhere else. And as you breach through the doors, you're inundated with the gossip, the hubbub of dwarves. And quite a few of them.
Oh,
Everywhere.
Dwarves.
Shamgar, I love dwarves.
I love dwarves.
And it goes silent as soon as you walk in. They all turn and look at you. Specifically Caesar. And then they see behind you coming in is Tosh. And one of them, a female, kind of comes up.
Pitter patter.
Caesar's not laughing at the dwarf. I'm laughing.
After scuttling across the floor, comes to rest at your feet there, Caesar, massaging her chin as she's looking up at you. Well, Tosh, what did you drag in? You're not a ne'er-do-well, are you?
Quite the opposite.
Farron checked them out, asked me to bring into town for lodging. They seem good enough.
Oh, what are you here for?
We're Not
We
really
just-
here by choice.
We just dropped in.
No, you just dropped in.
Are you going to keep using that pun?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on now. You know Craig's a good fellow. This one is as well.
Crag.
Very bigger.
Well, as long as you don't touch my stuff, we will be good friends.
I make a show, kind of put my hands in my pockets.
Turns around and scuffles back to the stool she was sitting on. That was Ministrad. She is the leader of the Dwarven mining contingent here in Saltmarsh.
Ministrad. She's the what again?
The leader of the Dwarven mining contingent. Specifically, her full name is Manistrad Copperlocks.
But are they in fact copper colored?
Sure. Makes sense to me.
I just figured I should ask.
Kind of a almost burnt orange.
Huh.
A little bit lighter color than you would expect. And this is where I'd show you a picture if I had one.
How do you spell coalition?
COA
COA. That's what I'm doing wrong.
LI
Right
TION.
Got it. There you go. That's what I was doing wrong. I was like, it's coming out collision.
Collision? The Dwarven mining collision.
Collision. Collision.
All right.
All right,
So, I assume by this point that you're going to go up to the counter and talk with Lenkus.
yes.
And this gentleman, portly, thick body hair on his arms. He's got rolled up sleeves. He appears to be wearing what used to be maybe fine clothes, but he's owned it and worn it for so long that it's seen better days.
I
He's
can relate
leaning
to
up on the
this.
counter, both his elbows on it, and he's got a pipe in his mouth.
Hello.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
These boys are newly arrived and looking for a room, sir.
Oh, yeah. That'll be, fine. All right. Well, here you go. He reaches down underneath the counter and pulls up some linen. And, I don't provide pillows, but you can take these. And this has got to be like the scratchiest blanket you've ever felt in your life. Hands one to each of you. You take these and, you don't have to pay till tomorrow.
You'll get no trouble from me, innkeeper.
All right.
How much?
Well, I'm only gonna need. Well, Tosh brought you in, so I'll take 5 copper. Come tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Sticks his pipe back in his mouth.
Is there anything else I can help you boys with?
You've been a great service to us. Thank you. You're in your debt.
Yeah, you're doing great. Thank you.
Maybe the fact that we're missing somebody.
You noticed not armed.
We were. I guess those are also gone.
It's gonna take a second. Why don't we sit down and I can fill you in on the story.
It's a rather entertaining one for sure.
You see, it all started when I was walking on this trail.
Okay, we don't need to go that far back.
Okay. And then I met this half-orc guy. And he's like, hey, you should come with me. And then somehow this little changeling thing looking
Yeah, have you
guy.
seen a changeling warlock by chance?
Not lately, no.
Yeah.
That's just our luck.
At that time, the door opens up and someone, not a dwarf, ends up walking in. It appears to be a guard. He's wearing leather armor, has a club with him, but he's not carrying it. It's kind of strapped to his back. And he's got a paper, puts it up against one of the posts in the building and tap, 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 nails it to the wall. And he rings a bell. Ding, 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 ding. All right, guys. If you want to help, these are the jobs that we're willing to pay for. And he rings the bell again. Ding, 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 ding. Turns around and starts walking back out.
Caesar, we should check out the jobs.
Yeah, that 6 gold ain't gonna last us forever.
All right. Mike, go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
See, my thought is, Caesar, we get jobs, we can talk to more people, we find
right.
out where Belly went.
Yeah, we should probably find her.
Yeah.
Before she ends up getting herself killed.
6? What do you got there?
That's 6.
That's 6.
So what is listed on this particular job is specifically from a bunch of the miners that are currently occupying the mine down towards the east end of the coast, and that is a kind of I'll say a scouting mission to figure out within the depths of the mine what is responsible, or what is, to say, the source of skeletons. They're finding skeletons down there, and they don't know where they're coming from. But every day they do a shift rotation. The next shift ends up coming across skeletons, and they're getting kind of sick and tired of skeletons. You imagine the skeleton. One meeting with a skeleton is maybe entertaining, a little bit of a pushover, but having to do it every day, every shift change, what's the deal? And so far as the dwarves could tell, they haven't found any evidence that would suggest that the skeletons are coming from this or that or any whatsoever. So they put out a help wanted poster for any leads that could help lead them to what's responsible for all these skeletons popping up in the mine.
And when you say skeletons, you mean they're going up and moving around type that are dangerous? Or
Yes. There are, I'll say, animated skeletons that are harassing the dwarven miners. And although they're not particularly difficult to deal with, dwarven miners don't find it much of a problem to deal with skeleton here or there, but it's happening a lot, and it's not going away.
Well, I hate to resort to maybe a bit of a racial stereotype, but give me a club and I figure I could probably make short work of them.
Well, shoot.
I mean, we've unlocked the mysteries of haunted houses inside storybooks after fighting stone tigers before, so I think we can do this.
We did do that, didn't we? I forgot all about that.
One of the dwarves over here is, no, I thought I was drunk.
You're going to have an interesting life.
Yeah, more like an interesting 3 months.
Yeah, that was just
It was really just back to back to back.
That was just 2 weeks ago.
Lankus, overhearing your conversation, takes his pipe out. Well, skeletons may not be anything to be too worried over, but seeing as how you guys are dressed right now, I'm not quite sure that this would be as easy as you think. And I don't have any clubs to give you, but I'd be sending them to you. I'm sure Tosh could take you down to the Dwarven Anvil, and perhaps they could help you.
I mean, given the choice, I'll definitely take a dwarven hammer over a piece of wood any day.
You, besides Tosh, give me a perception roll, the both of you.
Perception roll, hey?
And I'm
What
looking
is
at
my,
a.
what is my perception?
Let's do DC 10.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Caesar,
12.
12.
19.
19. You both made it. All right, so collectively, all three of you, you're more familiar, Tosh, as you are with this, as if you expect it to happen, but the two of you are experiencing this for the first time. As he talks or brings up the fact that the dwarven anvil is a thing, the dwarves in this room groan at it. They seem angry, disappointed, almost like an air of righteous indignation.
Was it something we said?
No. Dwarven animals owned by a human, not a dwarf. And they take certain umbrage to such things.
I could imagine. That sounds rather misleading.
I guess that's false advertisement.
That's just the thing. The forge, the equipment, it is all fine dwarven work. How it came into the hands of a human, though, that's what they're bitter about.
How did it?
Did he swindle him or something?
Happened before I arrived. As I said, I've only been here about 3 years.
All right. Well,
All right.
Well,
It's good quality stuff?
Oh, yeah. Serviceable all of it.
As you ask that question, one of the dwarves, not seemingly to answer your question, but maybe to answer your question.
That's it's kind of a waste there, buddy.
It sure is a waste.
I don't suppose a fine dwarven craftsman such as yourself might have something more worth our attention than a human peddling false wares.
I'm not the person to talk to. Kind of turns his shoulder, even though he's like at a table facing you guys, just kind of like.
Just turns away from the table.
Keep in mind your purse is light. There's goods out there to be had, but whether or not you can afford it.
True.
All right, what does our merry band of adventurers want to do? Let's see here.
What time of day is it?
Yeah, we'll say it's 10 a.m.
The morning?
Yeah, I did say a.m.
Can
Sorry, I didn't
we?
hear the AM part.
Come with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go with Tosh.
What's the
Gosh.
money system? How many copper pieces to a gold piece?
That's a good question.
I want to know
I don't
how
know off
what
the
I'm
top of my head.
spending.
Let me see if I can find it.
In OS, it's 20 copper to
So
an electrum to a silver, or 20 copper to a silver, 2 silver to an electrum. A gold's 200 copper.
Sweet. All right. Lead on, sir.
You
said-
guys don't want to take your linen up to your rooms first?
Yeah, that's actually probably a pretty good idea.
All right, let's get there.
All right.
We're gonna-
So up on the second floor, again, just the more company you see, it's just dwarves, mostly dwarves. There is the rare sighting of a human here and there, but it's mostly dwarves in this tavern. And they kind of like see you walking by and they're like, what's this all about? But they really, all it is they end up side-eyeing you and they hush their conversations when you walk by. You guys find your bunks. I imagine you lay out your linen. And again, like he explained, there is no pillows, so
They really don't like you, Caesar.
Yeah, well, at least they're being civil about it. Usually when people don't like me, they try to kill me.
But all right, okay.
And these bunks are finely crafted wood frames, but what's within the wood frame is some musty, almost moldy piles of hay covered by a hide.
I mean, I've slept in worse.
I've slept on the ground. I run and jump on it. Just lie back on it.
Oh.
Like you know, how one would run up and just.
All right. There is a creak of stress that echoes from this bed as you.
Oh,
How about we don't break the room and have to pay him to fix it? We're not exactly flush with cash, man.
dude, valid
So-
point. Valid point.
Hello.
Oh. I did not expect you, but
I
I.
texted all of you at like 7 o'clock.
Well, you
Except for
understand.
Mike, I don't have my
I
phone.
got no text.
I got.
have your number.
I
Find a place to
got.
sit. And
Oh,
please don't
she put it
yank
through
any of
the.
cords.
She put it through the chat. When she says she texted,
Cool.
And then I called you.
but you see,
We are doing
some
the
of
thing.
us know how to turn off our ringer.
Oh, my
When-
ringer is
I did
off.
ask them specifically to turn notifications off.
That's fine. I have to have mine off anyway because I just got done with it.
I approach and kind of prod my bed to see if it can even take my weight.
You begin to lean forward, your hands onto it, and you can hear it creaking. And you kind of look over, and there's Shamgar just on his bed, apparently passed out. And you also notice that there are dwarves that are clearly sitting on their beds as well.
I walk up and smack him. Come on, Tosh is waiting for us. We gotta go get things.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
So we put our linens on our bed and head back downstairs to meet
All right.
Tosh.
Tosh, are you going to take them to the Dwarven Anvil, or is there somewhere else you wanted to visit with them?
No, I'll take them to the end.
All right. So we go to Site 17 there, which is kind of dead center of the map. Again, you're going to be crossing the Shark Fin Bridge. You guys make it down to specifically the Shark Fin Bridge, and you guys are crossing, and you begin to hear a commotion gather about. People are like, "Hey, look!" And you can kind of hear shuffling back and forth across the bridge. People are running from what would be your left over to the right side of the bridge, looking downstream, out kind of towards the. And at this point, as you look down to the right, downstream of what is the Kingfisher River, you guys are noticing the ocean now. Like you're actually physically looking at the ocean now. And it's full Azure Sea majesty. And the commotion is all gathering to that side of the bridge.
We're over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right, you guys look over there. People are looking down over the edge into the water and kind of floating down through the water, scraping all about, and also weirdly, like changing as it's doing it. Is somebody in the water? And like you like, oh, that's a person. That's not a person. That's a what is that? What is it? It's like it's morphing and changing, and body parts are growing here and there, and it's looking like this one second, looking like another thing the other second. Whatever it is clearly in distress.
I did.
All right.
Wow.
Go ahead and
Beat
give
me to it.
An athletics check, a DC 10.
18.
All right. Swiftly off of the ledge into the water, breaking the water. Barely any water comes back up after his feet have entered. And seemingly no return. Like there's nothing left. Just breach the water and then nothing else. There's no surfacing or anything. And this this individual seems to be stops and is drug over to the side and up to one of the docks here, just below the figure of 16. You can see.
We run down to meet him.
Okay.
She's gonna need to share a mic.
She's going to need to share what?
She's gonna need to share a mic.
Do we not have another one?
I don't have another port to put it into.
Super good.
I I'm using super glue.
The adapter was with the capture card.
Yeah, well. Taylor!
See?
Go ahead and tell us about Bellatrix de la Cruz.
Well done.
Surprise, audience.
Yeah, we have a special appearance.
Special.
We have a
not,
special
not really
appearance.
special. I just wasn't supposed to be here. Hold on, let me get it out because all my stuff is on here, and hopefully he didn't screw up my crap.
I'll pick up a secondary adapter for next week too.
No, I don't want Dusty's stuff. I want my stuff.
So Taylor, while you're doing that, who is Bellatrix de la Cruz?
Bellatrix.
I kind
is-
of gave some indication of who she was, but I want to hear it from straight from the horse's mouth. Who is Bellatrix de la Cruz?
Where is it? That one. Okay. Bellatrix is a changeling, but she's a class 4 warlock. And hold on, give me a second.
Specifically a hexblade. That's her subclass.
Yeah, I would say a hexblade is my thing.
And what is a changeling?
Changeling? I can change into close to anything, but it'll still be the same size that I am.
Yes.
Not like a wild shape, but like a person shape.
Like a person or an animal shape, yeah.
So, Tosh, you throw her up onto the dock, and climb up the side, and what is before you seems to be a small female coughing up tons of water, and whatever this spastic skin transformation that was going on her, that was happening, is now ceased, and she begins to gain hold of her constitution and focus on what's going on around her.
Standing over you is this 7'2", massive, hairy man
Oh dear Lord.
looking down, asking, "Are you okay?"
And she swoons. She swoons.
Roll Constitution check.
Uh-oh.
Why are you the way you are? Kind of cough up some more of the water and kind of look around and look up at him and go, "Who the heck are you? And where am I?"
Name's Tosh. Lay on your side. Start patting her on her back.
Puke up a whole bunch of water.
Oh.
Tony, can I have my charger that's sitting over there, please?
It's behind Ian's head.
Oh.
Laptop charger?
Yeah, I need my laptop charger.
Did you ever, by chance, end up taking our capture card?
No.
It was laying over here, and now it's missing. You wouldn't mind just checking through your bag? just
Yeah, I'll
so we
check
can
through
be-
my bag, but
Here's
I
your
don't think so.
It's gone missing before, but we usually find it within like the 15 minutes we look for it.
Yeah, as far as I know, I don't have it. But give me just a second and I can tell you for sure.
Have we made it to the dock by?
Yeah, you guys walk up here on this dock just below Site 16.
Well, this is fortuitous. We thought we were going to search all over Hell's Half Acre for you.
Where are we?
You know this lass.
Yeah, this is the warlock we're telling you about.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah,
You know, my character is not that short.
He's 7'2".
talking to a guy who's 6'10". You're short.
Okay, so my character is only 6 feet. Shut up. So he's a foot taller.
Since when was Bellatrix 6 foot?
That was what was been originally on my character sheet.
I don't remember that, but
That was a memory hole thing. We thought you were like 5'5" the entire time.
No.
Anywho's, it's here we are.
Transformation.
I guess. Well, I guess the gang's all here.
Just a quick question.
What's up?
Might we be expecting any more?
No, it's just the three of us now.
Oh. Condolences.
Thank you.
Shamgar walks away.
Some of us are taking it better than others.
Well, as you guys are on this, and this is a fairly large dock, you maybe realize it. Maybe it doesn't really have any material value to you to notice this, but this is one of the larger more traveled docks, sturdy built, large. It can take on ships of a variety of size. And you notice that this building right next to where you are here at 16 is a large mansion. And coming out of the mansion on kind of a top patio way here is a man dressed in lavish blue dark robes, kind of navy blue robes. And he's wearing, you can't see his feet, but you imagine he's probably wearing slippers. And he comes out over the railing.
I don't have it.
Hey, I need you to get off of my docks. This is where I make my money. If you're not making money for me, get off my docks.
Sorry, someone's drowning. We had to help her. We're
Sorry, Gillen. Didn't mean to intrude.
Kenny, I don't have it. It's not in my bag.
Just shakes his arm furiously and kind of flip-flops his way back into his house.
Tracks. Well, we should probably
fix this
get
one
off
more.
his deck.
Get off my lawn.
Alright, we're going to continue our way to 17, which is just to the right of 16 there, to the Dwarven Anvil. The Blacksmith's Forge has a single anvil with a clear sign of Dwarven origins and a backlog of orders probably 10 miles long. The human smiths make hooks, nails, harpoons, knives, fishing weights, and much more all day. Their master smith is an elderly, dark-skinned woman named Mafera, and she is a
That's what
adult
it's at.
female human. And her son Jasker, who is a young male human, is her best journeyman.
Hello.
Yes. Can I help you? Tosh, are these friends of yours?
They've decided, we've decided to assist the dwarves on an errand of import. But as you can see, they are ungirded and in need of weapons and such.
Oh, well, I mean, I do occasionally whittle a club here and there if that's what you're willing to take.
Why don't you
I'll sell
freaking
it
stay?
for just a couple copper pieces. Clubs aren't that hard to make, and it's usually one of my easier tasks. Doesn't really require anything special. In fact, I could have my son here, Jasker, do one up for you.
Just a shot in the dark here. I don't suppose you have a warhammer laying around.
Well, if you want to go with the more expensive things, I could probably sell you a warhammer for maybe 10 gold pieces.
The club will do.
All right. And are you going to pay exactly in copper, or?
We're gonna need some change.
Okay.
No.
She pulls out a whittling knife and then walks over to
gonna break
what
you.
appears to be a closet door and uses the whittling knife to unlock the closet door, and then there's a bunch of pre-made clubs in there. Pulls two of them out. Well, that will be, let's just call it 10 copper pieces.
Do you even need a club?
Frankly, I'm kind of better with my hands. Would you happen to have something wearable?
Well, well, you know, not a usual thing, but give me some time, I might be able to do some, perhaps brass knucks.
That sounds like it'd be great.
Come find me tomorrow, and I'll see if I can get them done for you.
Okay, but I will take a club on the in the interim.
All right. Well, that'd still be 10 copper pieces.
I pull out one gold piece and go, yeah, we're gonna need change for this.
All right. Well, she takes the gold piece from you, and Jasker, go fetch the money back. Jasker runs into the house and comes back out. And he's like struggling to hold this bag.
Can you just make do with your spells and cantrips, or you need something?
I have my hex blade, but it Yes, I do.
It's a cut. It's a class
I
action.
have the Hexblade. I just don't have the Orb of Annihilation anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the scythe.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I almost don't recognize this place. Dear, do you know where you are?
Not a clue.
You've got me trapped in you, and now you're trapped in the world of Greyhawk.
She might be mildly schizophrenic and talks to herself. Don't pay it no mind.
It's not my fault.
It is exactly your fault.
No, it is not.
As far as the talisman that allows you to summon the Orb of Annihilation, it is gone.
Yeah.
You have nothing to your name for
Ah.
equipment.
Do you guys by chance have any armor?
Yeah, so I need to find
That's
something.
made to order. Unfortunately, I don't have any available right now. I'm backlogged
Why won't this
fiercely
stick?
on metal products.
Leather?
I could have Jasker whip up some leather for you if you want leather armor.
How much would that run us?
Silver
Oh, well,
piece.
that explains why. It's
per
because you're
leather.
dry.
I mean, it's better than going in
apparently
there
not all
and
the way.
nothing.
I have so much glue on my freaking fingers.
Yeah, I don't think that would help me out at all, but for you.
Yeah, I put the chains that they give me. I hand her back a silver piece and go, "Can I get some leather armor?"
Absolutely. Jasker, and then Jasker goes running inside, comes back out with a bunch of leather pieces that make up a set of leather armor, puts them on the ground next to you.
Thank you. All right. I think we're good here. Anyone else need anything? You good, Tosh?
Question: if I have absolutely nothing, I don't have any of my weapons that are on my character sheet.
You can see
absolutely nothing.
that Tosh is adorned with a scimitar. He
I don't
carries
have
a
any of the
shield.
weapons on my character sheet.
Oh, you're better than I am.
He's got a staff on his back and a club.
There's a lot that needs to be erased from your
Yeah, I
character sheet, yes.
strap
Okay.
on the leather armor, pick up the club, and go, "Unga bunga."
Oh, screw you! You know what?
So,
You're
a lot of your-
half broken bow. I don't care.
All of your super awesome equipment is gone.
No.
All of your, whatever I called it, Doom Caliber or whatever.
Yeah, and say
Doom Geezer armor.
I gave you back all those cards. I think.
Okay, there it is. Instead of a club, could I have a staff?
Staff? Absolutely, we can
But
get you a staff.
I do have
From
all
the
of-
same closet, a wood staff.
Same price.
It's the same price.
Same price. Ah,
price.
you're so sweet. Thank you.
Well, that goes without saying. We pay the lady and take
Okay.
the staff.
Is there anything else that I can help you gentlemen with? Perhaps this young lady right here, is there anything that you would like? Need, perhaps?
All my spells are still the same, even without that stuff.
Do you have a cloak for her? Something?
A cloak?
She
I
was
don't
just
really trade in cloaks.
Yeah. How about a dagger?
A dagger? Well, what say you?
Yeah, if you have a dagger or
Do you want a dagger? Remember, your summoned weapon uses the stat block of a rapier.
a
Your summoned weapon uses the stat block of a rapier.
Do you need things?
I know I need things. It's trying to figure out
Do you-
what I
do
need
you
is the thing.
remember what a Hexblade Warlock do?
Give me a minute. It's been a minute since I've looked at this. All right.
I think we're good.
Alrighty.
Spells word up and
Thank you.
It
Yeah, I
does
think I'm
make
just-
sense that you wouldn't necessarily require a whole lot
yeah, and say
from the
because
smith.
either way I still have my hexblade so
Thank you for your
and the
time.
Eldritch Blast.
Absolutely, Tosh.
All right. Well,
So,
let's go a whacking.
now, contrary to what you would think would be the best way to get to the Dwarven Mind, you're actually going to go out the road that leads up to the top left, just past what's labeled number 1, which is the gate, the old stone gate into town. And the reason why is as you lead more inland, you're going to find a major trail that is going to lead, therefore, east, and you'll follow that down the countryside until you hit where the Dwarven Mine is actually stationed at. So this will be probably the better part of your day getting there.
Get there, set up camp, going in the morning. That was a question.
I'm very mad about that.
We got anything to drink?
We got more important things to spend our money on, you sauced alcoholic.
Pull out a flask and hand it to you.
I'm loving you more and more.
You're only enabling him.
I miss Nibby.
As you guys
Fire.
are walking down the pathway, and this is something that I can't bring up for you, so deal with this in the theater of the mind the best you can. As you're walking down the pathway, you guys come across a high
Okay, either way, I
up-rised
still have all of
cliffside
those,
area
so,
where
yep.
there appears to be a decrepit house. And actually, in fact, Tony, are you sharing what I'm seeing right here?
We do not have a capture
All right, never mind. So I can just do whatever I want right now.
card.
So, and I do not have the capture card.
Like I said, ordering another one's just going to give us another asset if we do find it.
See if I can find it here.
Man, that wind today, huh?
Yeah.
You pass by this decrepit house.
Remember that one house we went in where it had those things
When
that
were
we
the
chased down to the
can't avoid
mine?
that.
Kind of reminds me of that.
The
And-
things that we chased down. Yeah, that was in the storybook after
Yeah.
we attacked the stone tigers.
Yeah, the house kind of looks like it.
A little bit.
Local lore says that place is haunted.
Yeah, I've had enough of haunted houses lately.
What a coincidence.
Last house we were at was also haunted. So, yeah, I'm good with haunted houses for a while.
So, as you continue on with your journey, you pass that on. It leaves behind you into the background and hopefully into memory. You guys come across the mining contingent. There's stone gates all around it. Guards clearly posted up on the high rises of it. And as you approach, they shout out, "Who goes there? What business have you with the Dwarven mining contingent of Saltmarsh?"
It's Tosh and Company. We come to answer your request for aid.
Oh, are you going to find out what's going on with these damn skeletons?
That's the idea.
Well, it's about time. He throws his hand up, and you hear the gruff moaning of the gates as they move out towards you guys, and reveal to you the hustle and bustle of the dwarves as they run to and fro. Some carrying rocks, some carrying lists of papers, others carrying tools. Most of them heading into the mine. Very few coming back out. Well, you're going to have to go pretty deep into the mine before you see any of the skeletons, but what we really want to know is where are they coming from and what's keeping them here. If you can figure that out, we'll pay you handsomely. Mostly because it solves one great big huge annoyance.
That's what we're here for.
Excellent. Right this way leads you to the opening of the mine. The mouth of this mine is huge, and it looks not like a footpath that you would expect people to have. It looks like a tunnel. It looks like a circular tunnel, almost like a sinkhole, but built horizontally into the face of this cliffside. And from what you would expect from the clanking of metal tools and the hard rock that you see around you in the soil, it is deathly quiet inside this tunnel.
What's the lighting situation? Is it lit or is it just pitch black?
It is well lit. It is very well lit.
Well, shall we get to it?
There is
Aye.
a pathway of glowstone lining both sides of this tunnel. As you can imagine,
not
it makes
happy
things a
anymore.
bit difficult when you try to burn all the oxygen down in limited space.
Pull out my club and kind of just have it resting in my hands. All right, well, let's go. Let's go clear out a skeleton infestation.
All right, you guys journey down into the tunnel, and as the further you go down into the tunnel, the more narrow the I'll say the aperture of this tunnel gets, until eventually it splits off into two directions, one going left, one going right. The dwarf leans into the left, like, we're going to be going this way. The right tunnel is for breaks and where some of our guys sleep. The left tunnel is deeper into the mine. He takes you there.
I'm mapping.
Say that again?
I'm mapping.
Okay. As you guys are going down the left tunnel, the aperture, that is the size of this tunnel, is shrinking more and more until you guys are fairly close to each other as you go through. But as you're getting smaller in this area, you're noticing the sounds are having a more large echo effect to you coming from down the tunnel as you breach into what's a massive cavern. Wide open space. The ceiling is very high above you, and to below you it's just black open abyss. You can see kind of faint glows of light here and there, kind of sprinkled within the abyss. But other than that, it just seems like if you were to jump off, you don't know when you would land.
It looks like a whole lot of a nope job right here, guys.
What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, well,
I said this looks like a rope job, so
Oh.
we can climb up and down.
no need for that. We've got our own contraptions built in here.
Yeah.
You guys walk out down the wooden path in front of you, and just to the right is what appears to be kind of a wooden basket that is connected to an anchor chain from up above it, and there are dwarves that are holding onto a crank that could either raise or lower the chain with the wooden basket in it. It's like, well, we've got some men down below that are waiting for you guys to explain the skeleton situation. This is where I'll be leaving you.
What's the signal to raise and lower the basket?
To raise and lower the basket, or just simple up or down? Pointing with your thumb.
But if you're down there, how do we get you to crank us up?
Oh, easy. The boys down there have flares.
All right.
Sounds good.
Best of luck to you. Begins walking back the way you guys came. I imagine you guys gather into the wood basket there. This feels an awful lot like you guys would expect the basket of a hot air balloon to be like. It is cramped with the four of you. So, the signal is given.
Caesar, please tell me that's your club.
Ha!
You guys begin to traverse down. And at first, it goes from being well lit to just dark. And the only sense of any spatial reasoning you guys have is the basket around you and the feeling of each other that you're pressed against.
Well, I hate this. Tell me, Druid, do you have any sort of ethereal light spells?
If needs be. What
Just
do I
in
see
case.
with my dark vision?
So
That must be nice.
all around you, what you're seeing is chiseled away stone wall and face, a lot of moved earth. It looks like it's been scraped, but not scraped in like a bunch of dwarves coming through and like beating at it with pickaxes constantly. It looks like one massive clawed swoop has come through here continuously in like a spiral motion, down, 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 down.
Well, that's unsettling.
Something big has come through here.
Describe to you what I've seen.
And eventually the light begins to pick back up as you come closer to where glowstones are and what it appears to be ground, thankfully. The basket comes to a rest, and there's a dwarf, and he's kind of waving a red flag. He's like, I'm over here.
You have any spare glowstones?
Of course we do. And open up his. He's got a satchel with a bag to his side. He opens it up and pulls out a couple, and he rubs them, and they begin to glow green. Starts tossing them to you guys. There you go.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Throws one at Bellatrix.
Catches it.
Okay. These things are going to be about the only light you're going to have down here. That will provide, at least. But come this way. You'll see the curious things that we're dealing with. We've only been able to get down about this far. Most of the silver and other precious minerals that we've mined out of here have come from this very cavern that you've dunked down into. It's not a complicated place, but it has surely been quick work for us. And what you're seeing is the excavation point of our massive driller. We have a couple of dwarven artificers that were sent specifically, well, I mean, we were all sent by the king, but were commissioned by the king specifically to build this dwarven driller to excavate the rare materials out of this place. And right now you are roughly 300 feet below sea level.
Well, all right then.
Anyways, what we noticed is that there's this, and he picks up his glowstone to the wall behind him, and you see a stone archway of what appears to be like the entrance to maybe a building or whatnot. It's like, we actually scraped along this, and every night during shift change, skeletons seem to be just appear out of this thing, and we haven't been able to get it to stop. And I mean, they're not detrimental to our operations, but it's annoying to have to deal with skeletons every day.
I hold up my light to kind of at the arch. Is there any writing on the arch?
Yeah, there is writing on the arches.
Could I understand it?
What do you speak?
Do
you remember?
I speak Common, Orcish, and we never determined my third language.
Well, what do you want it to be?
Elvish.
Elvish? Okay. No, you don't recognize what this language is at all.
Can I?
What do you speak?
A long shot. Where's that? There it is. I speak Common, Thieves' Canton, Ravenfolk.
That's hilarious. And why did you pick that? That was for an episode that you fought those guys.
There was 2 episodes.
It was a lot more than 2. We fought them a lot.
It is now canon that I got a problem with them.
Filthy featherbacks.
We'll see if they ever show back up. Anyways, Bellatrix, what do you speak?
Well, you didn't pick any of my languages other than Common.
You know, I don't have to be there with you to pick a language.
I know.
You can do this at literally any
I
of the
haven't
months that
needed
we've been
to.
doing this. You don't need to in order to pick one.
I didn't need to either. I still picked it. Ravenfolk. Because I'm going to understand what those stupid squawkers are saying.
Nerd.
It's because I'm a jerk. Whatever language is on the wall is what
Nope.
I'm going to speak. Oh, that
you can't
sucks.
do
You can't even tell me what language is on the wall, let alone pick that language. But if you say the correct language, I will tell you what it says.
I know what language it is.
Taylor, you gonna pick something?
I'm thinking.
Yeah, you gotta let her hard drive warm up.
My brain is still switching over from work mode to this mode, okay? Give me a minute.
Like I said, you gotta let her hard drive warm up. It's gonna take a second. You hear the whining noise?
I thought that was dial-up internet.
No, that's my mic.
They don't know what it is.
I thought that would be like dial-up.
That's exactly what he said.
Oh, okay. The ancient sounds. It's the size of a room. All right, well, I'm just going to answer with a no for now, and you figure
Yeah.
that out as we go on. So what you're looking at seems to be kind of wavy, cursive-like, and it's got some similarities to Elvish that you're noticing, but you're like, this isn't quite Elvish that I'm looking at.
Can I pick out words I might recognize, even if it's not quite like
There's
the
parts
difference between,
of
like,
words.
Hispanic Spanish and Spanish Spanish?
I mean, it's similar, kind of like that, but it's not like a one-for-one comparison. You're seeing similarities, but you're not entirely sure what it is trying to say. If you were to try and say, like, well, like in Elvish, this would be saying, like, grounds for sacred, but
Is there any like root words or anything? Like, am I recognizing anything at all that I could kind of point?
no,
to?
you're thinking maybe it's some sort of ritual site at best is what you could maybe make a comparison for.
So I speak Elvish, and this isn't Elvish, but I'm getting it's similar. It's definitely got similarities. I'm getting ritual site. That's Tosh. You got anything with this?
Anything in my repertoire?
Not presently, no. This is not a language that you recognize.
It's underground. Skeletons are coming out, and it's a ritual site. Guys, it's a grave site. It's catacombs.
So, Bellatrix, in your mind, the Baba Yaga, that is Drow.
Ah! I knew it! Sorry.
It looks like a chamber. I think it has something to do with the necromancer.
Wonderful.
Lovely.
What?
Does she tell us that, or?
Yeah, I repeat it.
Oh,
Mother.
So
great.
The dwarf being there with you guys, like, oh,
Screw you.
I freaking hate the Drow.
Yeah.
They're always a pain in our butt. Even when they're not around, they're leaving stuff for us
Screw
to
you.
deal with.
You get to just sit like that. I don't care anymore.
Well, if you can figure out a way for this thing to stop summoning skeletons on us every night, then it'd be much appreciated.
Have we fought against a necromancer before?
I don't think so.
What was the Rakshasha?
Who's the necromancer?
She made zombies, didn't she?
The Rakshasa was the guy that was throwing the alchemist fire
He
at
was
you guys.
the lion-looking guy.
Was the cleric partial necromancer, or was that just cleric?
No, the cleric made the zombies. Not necromancy. She didn't raise the dead, she just made them
Animated them.
zombies. No. They weren't dead. They were still alive. She just like slowly made them into zombie-ish.
Dead. I guess this is a new one for us.
Ah, all right.
That doesn't happen very often.
Mark that one on the board.
Yep.
All right. Well, we came here for a job. I'm gonna go do it.
Yep. Same.
Start
Go.
walking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you get as far as the stone gate, and then there's just earth right there.
Oh. So where are the skeletons coming out of?
Well, they just seem to appear right here in this space. Some say that they see glowing coming from the runes on this gate, but I can't really confirm that. But usually sometime at night, the skeletons come here, right in the bottom of this drill trench.
Shamgar's in the background, just like trying to like feel for scenes or anything.
Hey, Baby Bell. Ask your life partner if she could understand what that is doing. The glowing.
I don't know why it's glowing. I'd have to see it myself.
I get closer to take a closer look so she can have a closer look.
Oh, okay, well, it's not glowing right now.
Well,
It's
I
getting
guess we
closer
can't do
doesn't explain
I
glowing.
can't do anything until it starts doing anything, so she won't know until.
So
it's-
since we're
everything
just
starts
hanging
happening.
out here, I am ritualistically going to cast Find Traps.
Find traps. All right. After the 10 or so minutes of casting it, you come up with nothing. Nothing is detected from the spell at all. There's no traps
Nope.
embedded, ground, wall, within the stone structure, or anything ethereally within the air around you.
Well, that's good.
Are the dwarves still hanging around us? A couple of them.
Well, there is one dwarf with you guys right now.
Do they have a pickaxe?
Yeah.
Could I see that real quick?
By all means, go ahead.
And I'm just gonna haul off and just swing at the earth right in the middle of that arch.
I move slightly out.
Boom! Right when your pickaxe hits the middle of the earth, light begins to shine through it, and you the pickaxe is stuck right there. And as you attempt to let go of the pickaxe, your hands are like stuck on it, like.
Caesar.
Ow!
Caesar, let go.
I'm trying.
The earth begins to fall away from the inside of the gate, and the dwarf is like, "That's never happened before. What's going on here?" And as the earth falls to the ground from the inside of the gate, just blue light, almost blinding from directly in front of it. Like, Caesar, you're having to
I'm gonna back up a couple steps to see if I can
you can't. You're stuck.
Oh.
Like the pickaxe is stuck to the light. Your hands are like almost as if you're being electrocuted. It's like forcing you to grip the axe. The pickaxe.
Ow!
Can I try to kick him out of the way?
You may try.
And I'm just with all of my muscle trying to pull against it.
Okay, unarmed strike. Let's see if I can calculate this.
Well, first of all, you gotta roll a d20.
Yeah. Yes, that's 9.
That's 9. Well, it doesn't really bother me whether or not you roll crappy. This is just you kicking a friend who's
Stationary.
stationary.
I'm
So,
trying to get him off of the pickaxe. Don't make fun of me.
where are you kicking him?
Kind of like side center mass to try to throw him off.
All right, so you kick him in the side, and he just kind of and his arms are still seemingly stuck to the pickaxe.
Okay.
I step through.
You're gonna step through the portal. All right. On the other side, what you see is kind of like a purple, hazy mist going throughout, and there's chunks of earth floating in almost like steps placed out before you, and they head towards what appears to be a headstone. And below you, as you look down, is like a spiral of the purple mist, because the mist seems to be spread out all above you, kind of like clouds, but then it kind of swirls around you as it gets lower and lower, and then it becomes like a vortex below you.
Can I grab the pickaxe and I.e. him and pull him through?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
I do that.
Ah! Caesar, just from the other side, just whoa!
Ah! Where'd he go?
Poke my hand out.
Oh, that's unsettling.
I'm all, yeah. I'm gonna kind of put my hand back out with the pickaxe and drop it so the dwarf can get his pickaxe back.
All right. So, Bellatrix, what say you in all this?
Did the baby yogurt get a good
Did the baby yogurt what?
get a good look at the glowing light? Do you have any idea what the light?
So
could
this
be?
looks like it's a gate
No,
that's
need to
been
give it a-
attached to these runes. Where it goes, I can't properly say. But clearly, they're okay on the other side. Maybe
Right.
yeah, let's go.
Well, I follow them in.
Again, like I described for the other characters, you coming across the other side. Purple, misty clouds all up above you. They kind of begin to slowly coalesce into a spiral around these platforms that drop into a vortex below you. You seem to be in an outer space dimension.
Fun.
Well, this is better than the usual black and white we're used to.
Why are we always going to another dimension?
Hey, at least we aren't bored.
We aren't bored. Alrighty.
Well, let's go get it.
I start stepping onto the
All right. Yeah, you can
platforms.
feel them kind of bounce, almost as if there's a magical suspension that's keeping them afloat. So when you go from platform to platform, it just kind of goes dunk.
How far apart are the platforms?
I would say they're roughly 3 feet apart.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna hop from one of them.
Thoop, 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 thoop. You guys.
I was wondering if I was gonna have to do something impressive or not. Apparently,
This is giving me flashbacks to that time I broke a staircase in that tower and fell.
Took one step, fell right through it all.
Yeah, I'm not liking this, but all right.
It's not encouraging, but let's go.
You
Yeah.
guys look at that headstone there in the center one. lean-to. Kind of dusted off. It hasn't been touched in what you could only imagine is forever. And on it, and surprisingly common for whatever reason, it says Merkel.
Merkel.
Oh, son of a...
Okay,
Who be Merkel?
I'm running. I'm drawing blanks here. Who's Merkel?
Go ahead and give me your choice of history, arcana, or religion.
All of us or just Tech?
Any of you.
Oh.
Give me your choice of arcana, history, or religion.
I see it.
19.
That's in total, plus your modifiers?
Yes.
Okay. 19,
17.
17,
16.
16.
10.
Okay, so not Shamgar, but the rest of the party, in some fashion or way, whatever you chose to pick, get a sudden jolt of realization that this has something to do with the god of undeath.
Ah.
Oh, this is problematic.
This is
Abomination. Abhorrent.
Seriously, who's Merkel?
God of death and undead.
Yeah. Can we go home now?
We ain't getting paid enough for this job.
You know,
This isn't a remnant of this world. It must be from yours.
This thing look like no Sword Coast.
do I have...
Bellatrix in your mind, the Baba Yaga is like, we're not getting out of this in any easy fashion. There is no way we're not going to pay a price for having done what we've just done.
What did we do? All we did was dust off the gravestone.
Well, first of all, you
I
didn't
look
hear
at
any of that.
Shamgar. We're not going home anytime soon.
Say what?
I said I look at Shamgar and go, we're not going home anytime soon.
Oh,
Why do you say such things? if you hate me, just say so. You don't have to like hurt me every time.
After I say this, I proceed to tell them what
all
she
right.
said.
So,
Stupid baby yogurt. Don't you ever have any good news?
the headstone begins to glow purple where the lettering that spells his name, Merkel, is. And then a crack divides it right in half. And from below you, you can feel wind begin to pick up, and the vortex below starts to audibly begin like a sucking sound as it's beginning to pull the haze down from being a ceiling to now it's on top of you guys. And it is thick and hard to breathe.
Cover your mouth.
And perhaps maybe GTFO.
Time to go.
Sprint back across the platforms.
All right, you head on out.
Yeah,
I'm using my avatar skills.
Okay.
abomination it may be, but we ain't gonna win this.
All right. Just for the sake of the hurriedness and whatnot, give me a choice of acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh!
Shamgar.
Nat 20.
Cool. Caesar.
18.
17.
That's 27 modifier.
Tosh.
Wait.
Acrobatics or athletics?
21.
I
Bellatrix?
got an 18 as well.
You got an 18 as well? All right, so you guys bound up the floating platforms, kind of covering your mouths as you go, coughing into it and trying to keep whatever this gas or mystical aura nonsense out of your face holes. And you come up to the blue gate, and as you are, the platforms behind you are collapsing down into the vortex. And you guys rush through and dogpile out on top of Bellatrix as you come out the other side. Since she was the
That's not a good time for you.
No, it's not. Get off.
Sorry to get so intimate.
I'm getting up and I push Shamgar's head into the ground as I'm getting up. It's the little things in life.
As they get off me, I let out a big, suck in a big gulp where,
Do you need healing?
Spitting out gravel.
All right. Not Caesar. Everybody besides Caesar, give me a perception check. And I need DC 14.
Oh. Ooh.
Shamgar?
15.
Ooh, that'll do it. Tosh?
24.
That'll do it.
21.
21.
Over here, just
everything.
omnipotent, just
You are the perception.
He's not even looking. Hey, is there something going on with you? You guys, so as Caesar is offering to not only pick up Bellatrix from the ground, but you notice that on his skin is beginning to form purple symbols. Almost kind of like what you would see on the archway
On whose skin?
on Caesar's skin.
There's something on you, man.
what? Where?
You got glowing letters on you, bud.
Oh hell no!
The dwarf is like, well, what happened in there? You guys just disappeared, and now he's glowing just like the gate used to.
I use detect evil or detect. The detect evil or good. That.
He has paladin ability to detect evil or good.
All right. Well, these particular things do not exist around him.
Oh.
What?
Oh, what is this?
Am I feeling okay?
This might not be the thing that you think it is. that ability of yours. You feel relatively fine, but your skin is glowing. It's almost kind of like you're getting like the avatar symbols kind of like shattering across your body. It's almost like if I was to say you took in like purple iodine and now we're looking at your blood coursing through your body, but it's now surface level.
What?
It's the biggest thing I've got. Lesser restoration.
All right, this lesser restoration washes over you. The purple is still glowing on you.
Well,
Is-
I'm spent.
Can I do like an insight roll to see if maybe I can find out what's happening?
Sure.
Guidance.
Guidance? Yeah, okay, guidance. Roll a d4 with it.
Okay. Thank you. 19. So that's a 25.
25. You do feel something from within, and it feels like something's tugging on you, like it's pulling you somewhere.
Oh shit.
Would I know would I know what's tugging me? Like, would I have an understanding of what's
No,
happening?
you're not. It's not clear to you what's tugging on you and where exactly this tugging is trying to get you to go. But this thing, it's like starting from your torso, it's snaking down your shoulders now, going down your biceps, crawling up to the tips of your fingers. This thing is spreading all over your body.
This is odd. I don't know what to do, guys. Could you ask your passenger?
I asked Baby Yoga if she notices any of the markings
The
on
Baba
him.
Yaga. Well, yeah, like I said, there's going to be a price to pay for what we did or discovered. It seems that your friend there has been cursed by Merkel
Oh shit.
for, I don't know, I guess stepping foot into one of his holy sites or unholy sites.
Do you know which curse it is?
What do you mean curse?
I'm cursed.
When dealing with gods, I can't ever be too sure.
You are cursed, and that is the price we just paid for going in there.
So far, it just looks like I'm a half-orc glow stick.
Is he gonna die?
She does not know because she doesn't know which curse it is.
Well,
Alright.
no need to stretch those out and jump to conclusions.
Did you try healing yourself?
If lesser restoration doesn't work, I don't think lay on hands is going to do
Alright.
much else.
At this time, Caesar, you look down to your hip, and there's a sword there you've never seen before.
What the
This is a
hell?
this is a white gold ornate kind of ceremonial looking sword. It doesn't look like a sword that you take into combat. It looks more like decoration.
I draw it slowly.
You draw it. As you draw it and wave it, it leaves a trail of gold dust wherever you wave it around.
Did we all see this?
Yes, you are all seeing this
As
right
he's
now.
going like this in the air to look at it.
Is it just like a standard long sword?
I would say more of a short sword, actually. But as you wave it across, it leaves like a streak of gold where you've left it before. And even the dwarf is like, "Is that real gold?"
Is that real gold?
Like, I have so many questions about what's happening right now.
You have questions.
Well, all right then.
Warding wind around us, not him.
So, Caesar, go ahead and give me choose history or religion with advantage. I need DC 11 for your paladin order.
11.
Oh, sweet, right on the dot. So you begin to recognize that this is a sword that is given to you by the clerics within your order. Call this the Sword of Lathander, and this specifically is given to those who are in great distress, and it helps them open gates to many temples and clerical spaces within their order.
Guys, I think I gotta go.
No.
This is the Sword of Lathander. My order sends these out when its members are in great distress to take us to temples. I think I'm not well, and I think I need to go seek out a temple. And I think this will help me do it.
We've all seen Doctor Strange, or not Doctor Strange.
Doctor Who?
No, it is Doctor Strange.
Where he does the...
Yeah.
It's
So
also
I
Doctor Strange.
kind of spin the sword a bit.
All right, right there, a golden gate appears, and then stepping in through it, we all see a really weird-looking guy. Go ahead and introduce us to your new character there.
Out of the portal steps a 6'2".
You have an image
Of a portal.
We
No,
don't
of-
have a capture card.
of him, but you
Then
guys
the rest
can
of us
see
can
it.
still see it.
Did I actually send you guys the picture I wanted to...
No, but for the meantime, we have something kind of cheeky. Which
South left-hand corner?
we could choose that one, or if we don't want that
I
one,
did the best I could.
there's a different one.
Because I got one on my phone I can show you guys.
Hold on. Right here. Kind of goofy.
Interesting.
I like it.
Not quite what I had in mind, but... Out steps a guy.
I couldn't find any with guns.
You're fine.
Yeah. Out. He's about 6'2". You can't see any skin. He's got helmet to gas mask to straight leather trench coat with a metal plate on the outside. He's got some gear strapped to him. He's got a heavy backpack, and he has a rifle slung over his shoulder. Herr Caesar!
Oh, Lord.
Who are you? I am Staff Sergeant Gerhard von Krieg. You are ill. Come with me. Well, he bears the seal of my order, so I'm pretty sure that's one of my guys. Yeah, can you send a replacement out in my stead? Nein, Kommandant.
Well, obviously he is in he has some urgency into what he's trying to do to
Yeah.
get you through the portal. Clearly, this is of some urgency here to get you to go. Like, clearly, I mean, you're glowing purple as we speak.
Mhm.
The Sword of Lathander doesn't just magically appear like the Sword of Gryffindor, I mean, but it does.
Guy,
He's
Good luck,
motioning
buddy.
For you.
Caesar. You can't go, dude.
I don't think I have a choice, brother.
Fortunately, it's against the order of the other people from outside the order within these temples.
I will do my best to find a way back. Goodbye.
The Shamgar just breaks down at that point.
See you later.
Oh. Sad
Tosh.
face, unhappy meal. So
Please-
does he,
please
Caesar go
protect
through
my
the
friends.
portal?
I last thing I say is that Tosh said, "Please protect my friends, or at least help them out of here."
Do the best I can.
I step through. Caesar steps through the portal.
All
As
right.
it closes, I go, he
Is there
talks me
anything
as a
that
friend."
Reinhardt or
Gerhardt.
Gerhardt, my bad, says to these guys?
Just snaps a crisp salute and
All right, he snaps a crisp salute. Then the portal shuts.
oh scheiße. Oh, that is not good.
Oh, what?
Um,
Hey, Caesar had the sword, so.
Sparks pulls a flare out of his pack and sparks it and starts searching through his backpack, hoping this. Oh scheiße! Oh scheiße! Oh scheiße!
Did you lose something?
The portal has appeared to close. I think I am stuck here now.
Ha!
Hello! I am Staff Sergeant Gerhard von Krieg of the Holy Order. I am also a paladin, but my oath differs from your ex-compatriot.
Yeah, this is going to be tough to explain.
How do you think I feel? I'm supposed to play beer house with my friends tonight.
Not anymore, you're not.
Not showing up to the pub, am I?
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Dungeons and Dimwits. I've been your Dimwit Master, Kenny, and I'm joined by my good friend.
Hey everyone, I am Tony. I played Shamgar and pushed all the buttons. And I am joined, well, wasn't joined by Shamgar's sad. Okay? And here's this new guy.
Hey guys, I'm Ian. I played Caesar for the last time, at least for a while, and I am now going to be playing Staff Sergeant Gerhard von Krieg of the Holy Order. We are thankfully joined by...
Hey guys, I'm Taylor, and I showed up really late and barely know what's going on. And I am joined with...
Hello, everyone. I'm Mike. I played Tosh the Druid, and I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that's everyone.
Well, I'm actually kind of happy of how tonight turned out because I was not expecting, first of all, Taylor to be here. So I'm glad that she got to experience the transition. I was not expecting to transition Caesar into Gearheart tonight, but when Taylor showed up, I was like, I gotta figure this out now.
I'm sorry.
Nothing like DMing on the fly.
So I was like, all right, Merkel's gonna curse Caesar.
I asked you, I don't think you heard me, I asked if I had spell slots because I was going to smite the gravestone just to see what would happen.
Oh, right. Well, Tony, go ahead and hit him with the factoids.
Hey everyone, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit all the buttons for us. Make sure you can find us on all the social media, the Twitch, X, Rumble, YouTube, TikTok, the internet things. Join us again next week on another episode of Dungeons and Dimwits, where we're going to pick up where we left off. As always, it's
Your move, Internet!